You know, I think I'll start. I shouldn't have stood up. Look how resting my twisted ankle. I was sent to Mournhold to get help for Master Rastin, but an Aelit chased me into... Master Rastin went to talk to the leaders of the Mabragash tribe, and never came back. Tevini can tell you more.
I miss Ebonheart. I wish I was home. Master Rastin Vendiel is missing. He went into the Mabragash camp to make a trade deal. It seems he, misread the mood of this Ashlanders, but even more isolated than most. Worships some snake spirit. Rastin wants to... I heard that the Farseer calls the shots, but Rastin dismissed the notion. Thank you for agreeing to look for Master Rastin. I'm sure he was going to talk to Gulakan Haranat. I think the Farseer runs the tribe, but Rastin dismissed that idea. He doesn't believe a woman could have that kind of power. Who knows how these places get their names? Ithrini said that the ghost snake they worship is Sithis. Nonsense if you ask me.
What can the Mabragash do for you, outsider? Outsiders have no place here. The House Hlalu Highlands should pack up and go. That thought has also crossed my mind. You think like a wise woman. I like that. Betrayed. If you must. We don't make up stories just to frighten outsiders. This Vale is an ancient place, protected by an ancient entity. That ignorant outsider. Let's just say that he mocked us and made the Farseer very angry. He will serve the ghost.
You are not one of the women from the Hlalu outpost. The merchant isn't your concern. His fate is in the hands of the Farseer and the Ghost Snake. The signs and portents are all around us, influencing events. Your presence has aroused the Serpent Bound.
What madness is this, restless spirits? Why have you left the sanctity of the coiled path? Be calm, spirits. Trust in the wisdom of the Ghost Snake.
This is an outrage! I want to speak to the man in charge of this tribe, you crazy woman!
Another outsider. But this one... I have seen this one in my visions. We must speak. I'm not sure if I should welcome you or curse you. This fool has pestered our hunters, importuned our wise women, and insulted me by demanding to speak to the man in charge of our tribe. I was going to take him to the Ghost Snake, but all that changed when you arrived. I have seen a vision of you upon the... There is something unusual about you. I sense it, and certainly the Ghost Snake knows of you. Talk to this man. Take his measure.
I'm a master trader from House Hlalu. I'm welcome everywhere. How should I know? I'm an honest merchant. I just wanted to set up a little trade agreement with the tribe. They make some gold, we make some gold, everybody wins. I was soaking up the local flavor, if you know what I mean. These Mabrigash ladies are lovely. Well, I did ask the Farseer to summon her boss and get me a glass of Shane, but I hope she listens to reason. She acts like she's in charge, but she wouldn't even listen to my proposal.
Back inside.
Of course, of course. Care to join me? Oh, never mind. I'm going.
I see shifting shadows and change in our future. And what do you think of that, man? Yet he managed to offend and insult nearly everyone. My visions tell me that you will decide this man's fate. Follow the coiled path to the Fang Spires. Collect exactly 8 bog rats along the way to make a proper offering. The vision I had was strong. Your choices determine the fate of merchant and Mobrigosh alike. But you must speak to the ghost snake. The ghost snake has a taste for bog rats. They make a proper offering. Do not question the will of the ghost snake. Besides, that's exactly the number of rats that fit in the bag I gave you. The vision I had was strong. Your choices determine the fate of merchant and Mobrigosh alike.
offering pleases me. The warm blood was sent by those who honor and protect them. Every path leads in two directions into life. Let me show you. The warm blood is skillful and cunning. The Mabragash must make their own choices. Connect with the world outside or remain isolated. Some can stay isolated in the Veil, or some may choose. I am the Ghost Snake. I am both constant and ever-changing. One thing to you.
You walked the coiled path and survived? Has the Ghost Snake is wise, but inscrutable. I had hoped he would demand that we bring the merchant to him. It's no coincidence that you arrived at the same time as the merchant. You are bound up in this. You must help us decide. I crafted a snake totem representing the entwined fates of the Mabragash and the merchant. Get it from my tent. I will have the... decision must be made. Our fate depends upon it. Now you must choose. If the Mabragash are to remain isolated, place the totem in the fire. If we are to change our ways and trade with he will remain in the Vale, serving the ghost snake. I know only that it will change us. Whether for good or ill, only time will tell. Seek guidance where you would. Speak to my people, the merchant, or even the merchant's assistant if you...
I've spoken to some of the Mabragash wise women. They've been perfectly polite. I've been on the receiving end of Rostin's vaunted charms a time or two. I'm not surprised he managed to offend every woman in the Vale. I wonder if the Farseer would consider another option. They let Rostin live, as long as he promises never to speak of the Vale or return here. Then they sign a trade agreement with me. They deal with me, and I keep other Hlaalu traders away. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. Everyone wins. Rostin doesn't end up as snake food. I gain prestige among the Hlaalu, and Mabragash can limit the amount of influence the outside world places on the Vale. I knew a woman would successfully navigate the coiled path. At first, I just wanted the merchant to go away. But I've been thinking, perhaps it wouldn't be so bad to deal with the outside world. No, many are set in their ways and fear change. But if we're cautious, we may benefit.
What's your step among the Mabragash, outsider? Rostin claims things won't change, but I don't trust him. If you ask me, the Hlaalu are just one step above thieves. If it were up to me, Rostin would have quietly disappeared the first night he arrived here.
If that harlot Teveni steals my deal, she'll regret it. So they treat me like some sort of criminal? I've been nothing but respectful, and trade would help them. Of course I benefit. I'm a merchant. Trading is what I do. How about this? Propose a limited trade agreement on that.
Our fate rests in your hands. By your next action, our fate will be sealed. If the Mabragash are to grant access to the Vale, give the totem to the merchant. If... My vision was clear. Your actions will affect our future. Teveni spoke with Iru Ahan and made that same suggestion. A sly ploy. Clever. Rostin will remain our guest while we finalize details with the female trader. We have ways to make sure he never speaks of us again. But have no fear.
You there! Are you the courier from Artisans Craftsworks in Mournhold? Did my brother send you? I've been expecting a shipment from— Damn it all to Skyrim and back! I don't understand what's delaying my shipment. Artisans Craftworks has such a good reputation, and my brother Gendin oversees the forge at Artisans Craftworks. It's the largest. Please, you need to get that order to my brother in Mournhold as soon as you can. Gendin? I'm so proud of my big brother. He moved to the big... He oversees the forge at Artisans Craftworks. It's the best smithy in Mournhold. Gendin...
I understand you were instrumental in crushing the Daggerfall army at Davon's Watch.
Leave me to my grief. Let me see that. By the three. We had such an argument before she left. That was the last time I saw her. I'll wear it always. To remember my beautiful...
Poor mother. My sorrow is great to have caused you pain. I wish you would not grieve any longer. Here's peace, mother.
So who's this, walking into the fortress? Hold there. Visitors to Taldaic Fortress must adhere to protocol. You should immediately report to General Gavrin Redoran at Taldaic Keep on the far side of the compound. Let's just say he's been somewhat unpredictable, and he sees spies around every corner. You don't want to get him angry.
General, we must enforce protocol. If...
Don't just stand there with your mouth open. You're attracting... No matter how often I punish them, some of these soldiers must adhere to rules and regulations. Where's the fun in that, I ask? That's what makes the spy so dangerous. And never question my orders again. Never!
You there! Hold a moment! What fresh madness has the General come up with today, hmm? Well, that's a new one. I've been the General's bodyguard for nearly a decade. If I was plotting against... I'm risking my neck telling you this, but I don't know what else to do. I think the General's gone mad. One moment he sees traitors everywhere, the next he's can't. I've devoted my life to protecting the General and helping the Pact. The General ordered me to stay out of his quarters on the lower level. He's never done that before, and I want to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Something's not... The General accused me of being a spy. If I'm caught snooping, I'm asking for your help. Not for me, but for the General and...
Move along. There's nothing to see here. Look somewhere else. These are the General's private quarters. He doesn't allow visitors. Move along. Look somewhere else. These are my family back in Mournehold.
Captain Deronil, at your service. A moment is all I can spare, I'm afraid. The General is... I wish I knew. I've always served dutifully, followed the will of... I am a soldier, loyal to my house and the Ebonheart Pact. I am...
How goes your investigation? Any luck? The ruins by the river? The General had them sealed off? We need to find out more about the General's retainer. This Durel Gilveni. White? I was hoping you'd say that. If I disappear, someone might notice.
To the side!
Flank now!
Too much to do and too little time.
Go around!
Get me out of here!
Thank the three! You don't look like one of these mad Moorborn cultists. I'm Sir Riven, a soldier from the fort. I, might have crept down to the river to enjoy a... One of those Moorborn must have the key. And one more thing. One of them was carrying around a creepy daydream... Come back once you have both the...
Don't kill me! Someone... I saw what you did to my fellow Moorborn. We're the Moorborn. You can't order us around. All right, don't kill me. I'll tell you what I know. The real general is dead. It's a Dremora. It's here, in one of the chambers below. It visits the general's corpse there every few hours to maintain his form. Please, I've told you everything I know. Spare me.
To the side!
have disobeyed my orders for the last time. You're stronger than these Malborn idiots. Morrowind will be laid waste. Vox will break this land.
You're back! Did you get the... Oh, that's a relief. Now get me out and give me the book. I need to report in to Sergeant Marl. Maybe you could put in a good word? Thanks, friend. I'll figure out... Sarvin here has told me an interesting story. Care to elaborate? Huh. Normally, I wouldn't be quick to believe such a tale, but the book Sarvin brought back seems to support them. Thanks again, friend.
Where have you been? Where's the General? Of course! The General's madness, the strange sounds coming from the ruins. It all... Just like a headstrong Nord to throw protocol to the wind. Perhaps we could all learn from her. Ah, Stormcrag. Good timing. Come here.
Sorry, Captain. Didn't mean to eavesdrop.
News of the General's death will spread quickly. We must maintain order.
More Dark Elf discipline and protocol? That's what caused this mess.
That's why I want to appoint you as my aide and advisor, so our discipline doesn't blind us again.
Me? Yes, I'd be happy to help keep the fortress on track. Captain Doronil made me his second in command. We'll have Taldaic Fortress in top form by week's end.
Davon's watch would have been overrun if you hadn't been there.
Aren't you done fixing
I can't
that
take
yet?
much more of this abuse.
I'll have it done right away, sir.
If I have to fix it myself, you'll end up pulling it.
You hear about Master Selos? Poor bastard got it in his sleep. They're still looking for the guy that did it. Just goes to show that no one is safe, I guess.
You're standing too close.
Beatings, extortion, taking whatever they damn well please. Shh, not so loud. You're gonna get me in trouble. Well, the Sentinels certainly wouldn't expect you to challenge them. Don't risk your neck on my account. They've always had a mean streak. Don't get me... I've already said too much. I don't want any more trouble than Don't risk your neck on my account. They've always had a mean streak. Don't get me wrong, they...
You hear about Master Selos? Poor bastard got it in his sleep. They're still looking for the guy that did it.
What can I do for you? Let me guess. You've been talking to Fervin. A decent cook, but doesn't have the sense Azura gave. It's not up to me. General Garvin made them enforcers. That gives them the... You could try. The Sentinels are all about power through intimidation. The only...
Yes, outsider? I was hoping. You don't look so tough. Victory is yours. I submit.
What do you want?
Another fool with a... You don't look so tough.
Mercy. I yield.
I don't think I received your tribute. Another fool with a... You don't look so tough.
Victory is yours. I submit.
I don't believe it. I thought the Sentinels would make mincemeat out of you. Ha! You surprised us all. Especially the Sentinels. I'd say their bullying days are over.
This is taking longer than I'd planned.
I like to write poetry with the...
You probably want to talk to one of the crafters. Oh, about that.
What? Haven't you ever seen a wood elf before?
I wish I was off adventuring.
Selling, buying, trading. Right here.
If you're looking for the Bank of...